Okay, in this video we're going to use the uh, formula, surface area formula for a rectangle prism and find the lateral and total surface area. So first thing is, what makes it a prism? A prism is a three-dimensional figure that has congruent sides that are or bases basically. So like let's talk about a cylinder. A cylinder has congruent sides, and so if you see it like this, these and this, those are congruent. They're parallel to each other. The problem is this is a cylinder, this is not a prism. But a prism is labeled as a prism because they have opposite parallel bases, congruent parallel bases. So a rectangle prism is a perfect example. So like in this case here, you see I have a rectangle prism. Now, on a rectangle prism, you can pick any side, and it has a parallel base opposite it. So like this right here, the top and the bottom, those are parallel to each other, and they're congruent. They're the same size, same shape. Also, if you look to the right and to the left, they have the sides, they have parallel. And then the front and the back, they are parallel. And so on a rectangle prism, you can pick any side to be your base. Only on a rectangle prism. The surface area formula is 2b plus ph. Alright, so big B, as we've discussed before, big B equals the area of the base. And I've already shaded in what I'm going to call it the base. I'm going to call the bottom and the top the base. Big P is the perimeter of the same base. So I have to find the perimeter and the area of the base. So like this here, I've got to find the area of this base and the perimeter of that base. The height, as we mentioned before, is the distance between the two bases. So like in this case, the height would be, if my base is here, then my base would be between those two yellow boxes. Alright, so the first thing we do is there's two things that we have to work on. Total and lateral. Lateral actually means the sides. So like if I had I'm just using this as an example. If I had a cylinder again, alright, my lateral would be all the way around. It would be the sides all the way around. Alright? Total includes what I have in yellow and what I have, what I paint in red here. Total is the yellow and the red added together. That's total. Rectangle prisms and triangle prisms, they're all the same way. You find the bases. The bases are your like the circles here on a cylinder, and the lateral is the two-dimensional figures that connect the bases together. So in this case, let's go ahead and find the lateral and surface area. Alright, so let's start with total, just so we can get this done, and then we'll do lateral separately, even though it'd be smart to do lateral first. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so surface area, I'm going to put T for total, is 2 times the base. Now the base is a rectangle here. So the area of that base, the area formula for a base is base times height, or length times width times height. So, I'm sorry, so the base, the area of that rectangle, is length times width. That's what. Alright, so to find the area would be length times width. So in this case, it's 17 times 13. So I'd use my calculator and say 17 times 13, and I'd get 221. Now that's big B, so I know big B is going to be 221. Alright, so this area really is 221 square feet. All right, plus now the perimeter. The perimeter means I got to add these sides up. So think about it. If I have 17 and 13, that means this guy over here is 13, this is 17. I got to add all those sides up. So if I add 17 plus 13 plus 17 plus 13, I get 60. And my height is this little guy here, all right, is 6. So my surface area total is 442 plus 360. And when I add those two together, I get 802. And that should be square feet because we're talking area, and area always has a little square on it. Now that's total surface area. How do I find the lateral? Well, the lateral formula is really, you get rid of the bases. So if you think about it, surface area total, all right, is 2b plus ph. And this here is the top and bottom. It's what I have highlighted in yellow. So if I get rid of this equation here, then my lateral surface area, just the lateral, that's the sides only, excluding, this is the lateral, is just P times H. So that is my lateral surface area. And we already know the answer here. We're just kind of like, because we already have it. So my lateral would be 60 plus 6. That's what we have right here. And that is 360 square feet. So lateral would be 360 square feet. Total would be 802 square feet. So let's say this box represents a room. We would paint the walls, so we paint all the way around, it would be 360 square feet. But if we wanted to paint the floor and the ceiling, and the walls, it'd be 802 square feet. That's how you find the lateral and surface area of a rectangle prism.